What you see?
Something above the clouds.
That's big.
How big?
Big.
You think whatever killed Pops is out there?
Hi, and welcome back to Cinema Rules. My name's Tom, and I know what you're thinking. Where is Shaun? Where is the other half of me? Where is the soul of Cinema Rules? The chemistry? Well, Shaun's off-world right now, but if you want to check out his review, we've decided to do them separately, so that should be up on the channel right now, so go and have a look. We're reviewing Nope today. We saw it yesterday. If you haven't seen Nope, I'm not going to give it any spoilers yet, but this is Jordan Peele's third film, and it just astonishes me. Well, he's only on his third film. He's done Get Out, which I've seen, Us, which I haven't, and then this one, Nope, a sci-fi horror. But he's already cemented himself, not just into the landscape of film, but he's already a modern horror icon, and he's only on his third film. Right, Nope stars Daniel Kaluuya, I'm going to butcher all of these names, Keke Palmer, in the two title roles as the Hayward siblings as they encounter, and it's not really a spoiler if you've seen the trailer, a UFO.
Did you see in that cloud?
Well, it's not what you think.
This is a genre so oversaturated these days. Really, there's nothing that new that often, unless you're thinking of Ari Aster recently with Hereditary and Midsommar. There's not really a new flavour in the horror landscape. But for me, the best thing about Nope is that it's so shatteringly original that it just blew me away. The narrative of Nope, the storyline, it just flits from scene to scene in a whirlwind direction that you're not anticipating. Every scene works beautifully together. The pacing is fantastic, yet again the narrative is original. You can guess what's coming next, but really I don't think that many people will be able to do so unless they've perhaps heard something about the narrative already. And that's refreshing. We're living in a world, aren't we, where every film is part of an IP or a franchise or a prequel or a sequel or something like that, where you never really get anything original. So for me, that was one of the best parts about the film. The cinematography is insane, and I'm not just thinking about the landscapes, I'm thinking about the lighting as well. There are scenes in this film that are shot at night that are so mesmerizingly beautiful. They just draw you in. You're just in the film. Cinematography, I think, can get mixed up with direction sometimes, can't it? But I think it all boils down to tone and what you're going for. And the tension and suspense was crafted so beautifully with the lighting and with the cinematography that it just was its own character in and itself. The same goes for the sound design as well, which was so horrifying. I can still hear certain sounds echoing in my head right now. The lighting, the cinematography and the sound design, they all come together to create this genuine fear. And we've seen so many horror films on this channel that really, I think we're a bit desensitized to it. I don't really feel it like I used to when we watched the first few Halloweens and so on, where you have your heart in your mouth and you've got those mini palpitations or you're on the edge of your seat. I don't feel that as much these days, but it came back. I don't know whether it's because we were in a cinema setting, but there were certain moments when I just looked at Shaun and I was just mouth ajar. It's one of those films where it uses a lot of CGI. There's a lot of spectacle, but it's so personal as well. It's so small, it's so subtle, despite having big theatrical moments. It walks that line, that balance really well. One criticism that I've been seeing around in terms of the review of Nope lately is that the pacing is slow or that it's boring in parts. I just do not understand that at all, because it takes moments to breathe, which adds to the character, add to the narrative and the family dynamic, the relationships, but also that create that suspense. And it does have the action in there as well. I'd say it's balanced almost half and half, and I think the pacing's spot on. In terms of the performances, you've got Keke Palmer as the secondary character, but she steals every scene she's in, and then you've got Daniel Kaluuya as well. Originally, I thought they haven't given him much to do, but that's the character. He's got this subtle conflict within himself that involves family, that involves purpose, what they're trying to do. I won't give too much away, but I think he's so different to anything I've seen him in. He's just such a fantastic actor. Both of them are scene stealers. The secondary cast are good as well. As far as I'm aware, this was directed during COVID, during the height, well, not the height of the pandemic, but part of the pandemic, and this is partly why it's got a small cast, but it works fantastically with the story, and you're engrossed with all of them, the secondary cast as well. So there's a secondary theme and subplot within this film, and really it's about Stephen Yeun grasping, I think, the theme of exploitation or exploitation cinema. There's two themes really that come through in the subplot. One is about filmmaking and the people within filmmaking that are kind of marginalized and left behind, and the other is about the exploitation of modern society and the quick fame that people are searching for, and they both work really well. It doesn't become clear until later on, I don't think, these themes, and people may disagree with me here, but I think they work fantastically. It's not just about black cinema, which is what Jordan Peele is known for with Get Out and Us, but that does play a part of it as well. I think it's really a love letter to cinema.
This dream you're chasing, where you end up at the top of the mountain, it's the one you never wake up from.
I've seen a lot of people compare it to Close Encounters and Jaws as a kind of mashup hybrid, and I do think it's influenced by those, and there is a real Spielbergian element threaded through this, which I think works well. But I would compare him more to, I think there's a real scene in this film which reminds me of The Shining and Stanley Kubrick. It's absolutely horrifying. I'll just say it's within the house, when a few of the characters are within the house, and you'll probably know if you've seen it which scene I'm talking about. I think overall, I think this is an intelligent film, and actually looking back on it, I like it on par with Get Out, and I think a few people will be tangled up with the two aspects to this film, which is one, the metaphor for wider society and the social commentary, and then two, the action sci-fi nature of the film as it shifts into its third act. I think it changes tonally. There's a big tonal shift. That's not a bad thing, because I think it does. He directs action really well in this. I'm so glad that a big studio hasn't snapped him up to do a Hollywood blockbuster. I mean a superhero IP or something like that. He was rumoured to do Akira, and he does do a motorcycle chase scene at the end of this, which is meant to, I guess, mock that maybe, because part of the film is about societal, it's such a societal commentary that it questions it questions quick fame. I really want him to keep doing original films. Let me just summarise. If I were to rate it out of 5 in terms of stars, I would give it 5 stars. I think it's that good. And actually, I think that moving forward, I hope it gains a cult following, because I'm seeing people who are a bit torn, but I'm hoping it gains a cult following. Let me know what you thought, anyway, of Get Out. If you want to see Shaun's thoughts, I don't know how much he differs from me, but we had a fantastic time. I loved it. Go and check his video out if you want to see his point of view as well. If you like this video, then feel free to subscribe and join us on our quest to review and watch every film ever made. Now, let me know what you thought of Nope. Have I rated it too high? What do you think? Do you rate it as the same standard or level as Get Out, or are you part of the Get Out fan club? Do you prefer that one over this film? And what do you think Jordan Peele should do next? What are you looking forward to from him? Should he tackle a different genre? I don't know. We'll see you next time on Cinema Rules.